Mike. Okay. What's up, guys? Repeat here with you, and tonight a little bit of a special thing going on here. I've been following Fast and Loud Racing for quite a while. As we get into the race, if you haven't already, you'll definitely recognize a lot of these names from NNR and other places as well. I mean, Watt Racing, FNL Bowling, God Power, Ingalls, Augustus, and I mean quite a few others all here about to set it loose at Talladega Super Speedway. About 10 or 12 guys going to be in the field. Pretty small field, but as expected, they're getting a little bit further and further into their season, and those that don't make the chase generally just fall by the wayside, unfortunately. But man, I'm excited to get this going. Their qualifying's already done. Their connection test is done. I'll be following along with the one and only Combat Beast to kind of keep up with laps and everything, see how we go. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But one thing that they're doing that a few other leagues or communities haven't done yet is they've gone ahead and turned that draft on high. So we are gonna see one hell of a race, a lot of side by side, a whole lot of a whole lot of take, and probably very very little give. But it's a pretty tight knit group. So I assume that we're going to see a lot of very intimate driving. Yeah, again, actually it's just 12 guys, so they're about to get down and get going. Again, big thank you to Combat Beast for allowing me to follow along with your stream to keep this going. Loading in, man. It's been there's been a lot of races here at Dega as of lately. We've had the FNL state or what you call it stages, I guess you can call, or round rather. Then just different communities that have been at this track. But 10 cars, 2.66 miles, high draft. A lot of really good drivers. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Glad that you're here with me. About to see right now. Looks like the 18 of Ingalls. He's going to go ahead and have your pole. The 88 of Combat Beast to his outside. 42 of Henny. 37 of FNL Bowling. 21 of Watt Racing. The 1 of God Power. 24 of Augustus. 2-car Lyric Warrior. That's pretty cool gamer tag. 48 of Rory Brager. 4-car of Space Monkey. All right, and yeah, let's kind of keep up with these guys, see how we're doing. Looks like I'm not quite sure what's going on with these tires here. That's no good. But alrighty then. I know there was an update to the game tonight or today, and if you can't fix it, break it some more, right? That's what I say. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But people wanted the Indy Road Course. They got the Indy Road Course, and something else is going on with that patch. But right now, like they promised, the draft is up on high, and they're really trying to get after it. 42 a little bit lower, below that yellow line. 18 is going to come on down. Again, that 18 is Ingalls. Anybody out there recognize him from the NNR Cup Series? Yeah, right now he's up here in that Skittles. He said, Pete, just call me the Candyman in pre-race. So right now, Candyman's got the lead with a little bit of some high side action. Definitely not just keeping it penned down on that bottom side. Now it looks like the 21 is going to be able to go ahead and take that lead. 21, old Watt Racing. I talked a little bit ago about NNR, guys that you might recognize for the name. Well, Watt Racing is your 2018 NNR Truck Series champ. Him and FNL Bowling, they got together. They started up a league, and yeah, they're doing all right. couple. What do we got? 3 cars, and looks like one more is going to pull up to that high side, try to block. It's going to be the 24 of Augustus. He was pushing that 21. Instead, he's going to actually be left out. I thought he was going to be left out to dry, but those behind the 42 decided to go ahead and pull on behind old Goose. And here they are again, coming off of 3 and 4. Tonight's race is 2 times wear, 2 times fuel, and they are getting after it. There is no low line, and that's all we're going to do as they are 3 wide. 2 rows deep for, well, yes, 2nd through 8th. Not bad at all. Kind of keeping it 3 wide all the way through the corners, really trailing each other fiercely. Like I said, a whole lot of intimate racing. Only 10 cars here on track. So this is what you'd expect. And I'm glad that they're doing this, that they're battling it out. They are not just, low-laden riding. They are doing everything they can to keep it fun and keep it competitive. Great driving. Great driving so far. Everything right now has been caution-free, even as aggressive as they're getting. It seems like everybody out here is able to hold their line. Phenomenal driving. First line, second line, third line, coming through the tri-oval, 3 rows deep, or 3 lines deep, and still getting after it. I'd love to tell you who the leader is, but it keeps on shuffling. Right now, it looks like it's going to be a battle between the what do we got up there? I'm getting there, I promise. Right now, it's going to be the 2 of Lyric Warrior with 21 giving him a big old shove. Up high, the 24 was there just a moment ago. Here comes the 21. He's going to go up high to pick up that train. A little bit of a side draft attempt. I believe that's going to be by the 37. Wasn't quite able to get there, but nonetheless, still going to try to get that going in that Scott Camaro. Myth, what's happening, sir? How are you? Looking at this 88 machine of Combat Beast, I talked to him in qualifying just a little bit and told him, man, I really love that scheme. He said he was going after the last car that Dale Sr. won with at Talladega. It's got the red, the reddish orange fin and hubs and all that. I've actually got a die cast of that. If I was on camera, I'd show it to you. It's a pretty cool looking car. If you haven't seen that car, go to Google real quick. Type up Dale Sr. Talladega winning car. Or what was it? 2000? No, it was what year was that? Yeah, I think it was 2000. It was his last win. So it's a hell of a nice looking car. Like I said, I've got the die cast sitting in front of me. But all these guys still really getting after it. 37 of Bowling up high, getting a big old shove from that 42. Yeah, Myth, I did hear about that, and I have a feeling that is exactly why we're seeing, it looks like the tires on these cars are about ready to jump from underneath the chassis. How about that, huh? Unless you're not actually seeing that, and I am. But yeah, pretty interesting. I'm a big fan of it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you know what? Hey, what are you gonna do? The one and only Rick James out there in chat, guys. That is my other half for streaming. If you want to see or hear one of the best possible broadcasters out here, go to twitch.tv/I'm Rick James 36. Give the man a follow, or of course on Twitter, I'm Rick James 36. Man, the guy's got a schedule that is so hard to keep up with. Whether it's in NNR on Wednesday nights with me, on Sundays or Fridays or Saturdays with eSpark, with American Ethanol, or wherever the man can get a broadcast seat, he is there for the most part, and he does a phenomenal job. You'll be able to catch him next, as best as I know, with Wednesday night when the NNR Xfinity Series heads to Auto Club. So far, that series has run through Michigan and Las Vegas. They're heading to Auto Club, and the draft is going to be on low for the Cup Series. Not quite sure about the trucks tomorrow night for the Xfinity on Wednesday night, but you can bet your bottom dollar, no matter what it is, you're going to see a lot of great racing. Rick, I appreciate you being here, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, that one car is very sweet, and there's actually an 88 to match. I'll find him right now. It's Combat Beast. Yeah, he said he kind of went after Dale's last win car from Talladega. As you can see, it's got that red fin, the red hubs. You know, I think it's got the red hubs, but yeah, he said that was kind of what he was going after, and you know, with the limited abilities that they've got with the limited paint booth, it's not bad of a job at all. But back up front, looks like the 42 is giving the 37 a big old shove all the way around. Chase Elliott car. Let's see if we can find that Chase Elliott car. Oh, that 4. Yeah, that does look pretty good. Looks like Rory Breaker's lost a little bit of the draft. Here comes Ingalls in that 18 Skittles Toyota, trying to work his way back through. Again, these guys are definitely keeping it very entertaining. Let's see if we can't get back up to that Mountain Dew machine. There it is, right in front of us. 24s might see a little bit of the wall. Good way to hold it off and not wreck, not bring it on down into the field. Right now, the 2 Ford Mustang, they are 4. Well, they thought about being 4 wide going through the trial. Well, not quite able to hold it. Somebody caught a little bit of the wall, and they are still out here. But yeah, okay, there's that 4 Mountain Dew Camaro. That does look pretty slick, Rick. Man, he did a great job getting those Mountain Dew colors. You know what, buddy? You are right. I got it queued up. I didn't hit the link. I will do that right now. Guys and gals out there in chat, you see that scroll across the bottom of your screen. You see that amazing-looking Chase Elliott diecast in the bottom left-hand side. There's been a raffle going on now for about 2 months, and so far there is close to 100 entries for this diecast. Yes, it is the Chase Elliott diecast that he put into victory lane during the Bristol Motor Speedway All-Star race. You might have seen highlights, or maybe you saw a picture on NASCAR.com after the race if you didn't catch it, where he is up against the inside wall, rear end is lit, and we're not just talking about the tires as he was burning them down. The LED or the street glow, whatever they were underneath that chassis, well, guess what? The diecast has the same exact thing. They've got the lights that light up. So yes, the diecast actually glows. Go and put on that PayPal link, and for $5 you get 1 entry. For $10 you get 3 entries. In one of the last streams, there was a guy that went in there and threw $50 at it. Well, you know what? He just secured 15 entries all to himself, and man, I'm excited for this. Now the car is going to be awarded after the XCLT or XLCT race championship or league or community championship. Once that's done, we're just about to get into the semifinals here in just about a week's time, and then I imagine that the championship race would be soon thereafter. But man, looks that Chase 4 car is up in the wall. 18 of Ingalls, he's going around. 42 machine got collected as well. Now, I think they said that they run manual cautions, so they might be just raising it back to the line that we'll see. But definitely some guys had a little bit of door music, and we'll have to see if they woe it up. Nope, that looks like riding along with that 88 of Combat Beast. He is still hard on the throttle. Going to go ahead and run up to that high side. Chu's going to go underneath. Then you got the 24 with a whole lot of big push from that one of God Power. Diving, now going to go through the middle. Man, I tell you what, it's hard to keep up with these guys. They are swapping positions all the time. They are not just riding that bottom line, and they're doing a phenomenal job. But yeah, back to that PayPal link. It's all to help morethan-a-cape.org. It is a site for, you might have come across or raced with the guy More Than a Cape. Well, it was all started after his son TJ passed from pediatric cancer. It's a legit charity. It's like a 501(c)(3) or 501(c)(3), something like that. And the diecast is already on order. Once the diecast is released in late December, early January, whoever wins it during that championship race for that community tournament that's been going on, that's when Cape is gonna announce a name, and once the car is delivered to him, he said he might even try to get old Chase Elliott to sign the diecast. If he can do that, it will be extra special. So we're talking about a $100+ diecast for possibly $10. So I mean, you just want to skip over that $5, go right for the 10, and just keep smashing it. The more you can give, the more chances you got, and it's all for a great cause. Again, to help fight pediatric cancer. Now, the entire month of September was Pediatric Cancer Research Month. But I tell you what, even though that month is over with, I've been seeing more and more commercials on TV for like St. Jude's and places like that. Please give from the bottom of your heart. Cape will appreciate it. All the money, 100% of the cash goes towards pediatric cancer. So, man, come on down. Yeah, Worm, and Pop Bear, good to see you as well. Well, it seems like with this update that they gave today, they just didn't leave well enough alone, and yeah, this is what we have. Pretty interesting, huh? Looks like the 42 of Henny, he's going to be our first car down pit road. It really didn't look like he had any damage, and it looks like it's not just a speed thing. It looks like the even as the car was going on down pit road, he was the wheels look like they're popping out of the wheel wells. So again, riding along with Combat Beast, he is right now right behind our leader. I'm going to go ahead and jump on back up. Leader's going to be the 24 of Augustus. Augustus, again, he's in a couple of different leagues, obviously here in FNL and also in the NNR Cup Series as of late last season. There's the man of the hour. Cape, what is happening, sir? How are you? No, Pop Bear, it's definitely not just you. I wondered what was going on from the time qualifying started. Once this update came around today, as it looks like we're going to see everybody coming on down pit road. Let's see if anybody breaks that speed barrier pulling in. It looks like most people might have gotten it woke down as they needed to, and doing a pretty good job. 22, a Lyric Warrior. He was actually the last one to go down pit road. So the two, unless he pulls some kind of strategy that the rest aren't going to, more than likely he is going to be left in the dust, because all these guys, they may pull out together, start drafting and pulling away one by one. There you see the one of God Power go ahead and pull out. There's that 37, I believe. And then the rest are coming on out as well. And just as I thought, when those guys up there get up and get gone, this 2 is going to be left in the dust, because they're all going to be drafting, and he is going to have no help whatsoever. So we might be looking at that 2 either hoping for a caution or something else going on. But right now they are very spread out, as what usually happens after a pit stop. And when Combat Beast comes back on by the start stripe, I'll go ahead and grab us a lap count. But yeah, it's unfortunate. They tried to do a good thing by getting the Indy road course into the game, but it looks like something else has gone bust, and it's pretty unfortunate. Well, yeah, Cape, he should be able to catch up, but the only thing he doesn't have anybody to draft with, and I don't think he's going to get a sniff of a draft, you know, a full turn away. So it's unfortunate for the two, but I'm sure he'll try. He'll keep digging as Combat Beast comes on by the start stripe. There are 9 laps remaining here in stage 1. Definitely want to thank everybody that's out there hanging out, keeping up with us, chatting amongst yourself. And yeah, it's good to see everybody. If you haven't already, I know most of you in here, but if you're somebody new here, go on up, smash that follow button, hit the subscribe if you can. And it's coming down pretty soon to where I'm going to be giving away some gift cards. I've got 5 NASCAR.com $10 gift cards, 3 Amazon.com $10 gift cards, as well as a Dale Jr. diecast that I'm going to be giving away at any random time, whether it's with an NNR stream or eSpark or American Ethanol or who knows, could even be with FNL. But you got to be a subscriber. All you do, if you've got a Twitch channel, if you've got Amazon Prime, go on over to Amazon and link up your 2 accounts. That gives you 1 free subscription a month to any channel you choose, and that gives you no commercial breaks unless it's a specialized one like what you might see during the NNR races or whatever. But it's actually pretty cool. You get all kinds of little graphics to put out there in chat and whatnot. It's plus it definitely helps your streamers. All right, let's check back in with God Power. I'm sorry, with Combat Beast on his stream. He's saying that the 37 right now is our leader. So let's go ahead and catch up with old Bowling. He's got the one of God Power right there in his tire tracks. Both of them holding a pretty good line. 37 up front, 1 in P2. Behind these 2, we got the 24 of Augustus, and then Combat Beast in that 88. Yeah, Dallas, unfortunately. I get a lot of people wanted the road course, but when do you leave well enough alone? Just add it to the next game. It seems like every time they change something, they messed it up, unfortunately. And not only that, I asked them many times in their stream earlier when they introduced the road course and a couple new DLCs. When are we going to get the tools that were promised in the original trailer? The spectate mode tools. The lap counter and the running order and whatnot. And I got nothing. I must have asked them about 10 times, and I got bupkis out of them. So, Heat 4 was, in my opinion, probably a much better game than Heat 5. Heat 5 was basically a copy and paste with some updated cars and maybe one or two tracks. But let's see. Cape, you are the man, giving a 1-month sub to old Worm Rider. I'm sure he absolutely appreciates it. Yeah, Pop Bear, that is absolutely something that I would love to have. And not only me, I mean, I've got the capability to pull up some streams and like I'm doing right now with Combat, keeping up with him for laps and fuel and all that. But not everybody has 3 or 4 monitors to be able to do that. So it's very, very unfortunate. If there was a guy that just starting out, just has one screen, if he could broadcast off of that and keep up with the roster that he might have to the side somewhere, he could do a pretty good job. He wouldn't need all the different pieces of equipment. But it's just unfortunate. But I digress. I can't get off on that kind of a soapbox. It is kind of is what it is for now. I personally would have preferred if they left well enough alone and add the Indy road course to the next game. as it looks like that group of three is really starting to run down to 37 of FNL Bowling and God Power. I'm actually going to go ahead and jump on up here. Here's the 21 of Watt Racing, and he's been pushing these guys everywhere but in the corners, so he's doing a great job. And with the draft on high, you know for sure that they are coming. And look at this closing rate as you see Goose go ahead and pull on up high. I think he might have done so in not quite the opportune moment because it kind of shook the 88 of Combat Beast just a little bit. But there you see a huge run all the way off the bumper of the one, and every single one of these three cars is going to clear. A little bit of contact with the 37. 37 should be able to pull right back up behind the one of GP and catch up with the draft. So we went from a two-car tandem leading all the way around to now a pack of five up here in the lead. Looks like here's the 48, 42, and that 4. They're about to collect on that two car, and I think that's actually going to put that 2 a lap down if I'm not mistaken. I don't think these three, unless they pit a whole lot later, I don't think these three were a lap down. So I don't think we've run that many laps yet. Or it could be they had issues on pit road. Who knows? But right now, all this is being led by that 24 car of Augustus. And once Combat Beast comes through the tri-oval this time, as you see him coming on through, let's see, we've got exactly 1 lap remaining. So right now, Goose, I'm going to go ahead and catch up with him right now. Looking back from him, he's really got to try to protect that bottom line, hoping that they don't try to get a run to the outside. It looks like the one might be staying right there with him, but no such luck. 24 pulled up the block, didn't really need to. 1 pulled back down. 21 still there. I don't think those cars in the back are going to be much of a factor. They don't have enough track to try to slingshot on by. So Goose just really protecting that bottom line. 21 car coming up high. Will it be the 1? Will it be the 21? There, it looks like they're going to try a fight here at the line. And it's going to be the 37 with a photo finish between the 88 and 24. Great finish, great end to stage 1. Guys, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right on back. Now, if you're out there and you already sub, you are getting this additional commentary. That's part of the benefit of having a subscription to the channel. And like I said, I'm also going to be giving away a few gift cards in the very near future. I'm not going to give them all away at once, kind of keeping them spread out. But, man, I definitely want to thank anybody that's out there that subs to my channel. I absolutely appreciate it. Y'all are doing a phenomenal job. I do send out occasional emails. And, again, big thank you. All right, welcome back, everybody. About to rack and stack them back up. Again, only about 10 cars, but these 10 cars have been getting after it ever since the green flew. Looks like Combat Beast and the 37 are going to be our control cars. I believe that they were doing the cone rule, if I'm not mistaken, for any manual restarts. But other than that, right now, they're just kind of taking it as the game allows. So 37, 24, 88, and the 1. 21 is going to be your top 5. Looks like the 88 and 142 and the 4 up high, getting a little bit of a bad start. Now, I'll tell you what, Bowling and Ingalls and Watt Racing, they said they were it was gonna be one hell of a fun race. And, man, they have not disappointed. They've done one hell of a job since the green initially fell. No cautions, all green throughout stage 1. I'll get a lap count here in just a moment so you know exactly what we've got here for stage 2. And, man, even though it's only 10 cars, they're doing a phenomenal job. All right, coming through the tri-oval, and again at the line from Combat Beast's stream, it looks like we got 26 laps here in stage 2. So I imagine everybody in stage 2 will have to take one green flag pit stop unless that unfortunate caution should come out, and see the one of God Power come up and slam the back end of that 88, forcing him underneath the 2 car, even if he had intentions of possibly allowing the 2 car in. And that even the one of God Power just got a nasty bump from that 42. Not sure if it was a little bit of a lag or not, but that forced the 88 to Combat Beast up into that high line, leaving everybody else down low, and that's going to leave Combat Beast out to dry. He's going to lose an easy 9 spots, and before this is all said and done, will more than likely be Tail and Charlie. I imagine that 2 car is going to be able to catch a pretty good draft, pull himself up. So Combat Beast is going to settle in right now in P9. Let's go ahead and put that message out there again, since we just saw more than a Cape out there in chat. Cape, we've been keeping that going, buddy. I know the last time I talked to you, there were just about 90, and then in the last stream we met a guy that went in and threw 50 bucks at that raffle. So he added another 15 tickets himself. That's got to put us over the 100 ticket mark. Man, I'd love to know, and I'd love to shout it out there from the rafters, how many tickets are now are now out there for that diecast. Again, guys, the diecast in the bottom left, yes, it glows. The first ever NASCAR diecast that actually lights up. Whether it's just LED or street glow or whatever, I don't know, but it is awesome. So right now, still 37 of Bowling up there in P1, 24 of Augustus in P2. Then you got the 42 right now. 42 is Henny 48-42. Yeah, Worm. I'm not a fan either. I don't know what happened, but I don't know if it's just a draft thing. The game can't keep up. I haven't seen this before today, so yeah, I don't know if it's just an effect of the high draft coming into effect or what. But either way, very, very unfortunate. Again, big thank you to Cape for giving a 1-month subscription to the one and only Worm Rider. Guys out there, Worm, he is the sole broadcaster. Actually, I think he picked up some help here recently for the IVRL booth. Go on over and smash a follow for him if you don't already. Man does a hell of a job with IVRL. He's also a great commentator right here with the what used to be the FFL, now XLCT community tournament. Not much left. Talk about much left. They are 3 wide right now for second on back. I'm actually going to dive back here a little bit, so right along with the one of God Powers. He looks underneath the 24 of Augustus. Kind of hard to keep up with these guys. They are in different lines at different times and doing a phenomenal job. You know, let's actually kind of ride along here with the 2 of Lyric Warrior. He was kind of left out after the last round of pit stops, and just doesn't seem like he's had the speed to be able to keep up. I mean, look at that. The tires want to get going faster than his car. No, I shouldn't pick, but man, if you're tripping or anything, man, you're loving this race right now. I just saw the 48 of Warrior Breaker making a little bit of contact with the wall. There's again the 4 of Space Monkey holding up that high line, really just letting everybody go on by, and then he'll go ahead and duck on in to keep up with the draft. At least you'd think he would, unless he's waiting for that 48 back there. Boy, look at a one of that run that the one of God Power just had to be able to pull all the way through. Man, that that was one hell of a run, and he took it all the way. So big props to the one able to get behind that 88 and continue on with that huge pull that he had. And now it looks like the 21's going to try to duck on inside of him. These guys are taking no prisoners whatsoever tonight. They are racing and making a whole lot of moves with only 10 cars. Yeah, they could run that bottom line, but with the high draft, they are doing everything that they possibly can, taking every big run that they possibly can, and yeah, they're trying to keep it as entertaining as possible. And I got to say, doing a pretty good job. So yeah, like I was saying, if you don't already, go on over and smash on Worm Rider's link, and give them a follow. IVRL is a lot of fun to watch. They got a lot of very talented people. I believe IVRL made it all the way through to the 4th round of that XLCT tournament, what originally started off as FFL. And they got, like I said, they got a lot of really strong drivers, and he does a phenomenal job in the booth. So yeah, give the man a big old shout out, give him a follow. I definitely do. Yeah, Worm, wouldn't be something if whoever wins actually wins because their tires were out ahead of their car and it was like a photo finish? That'd be something. I wonder if in the car, if they can see this as well, or if it's just showing up on the stream. I'm curious. They are all in an Xbox party, so unfortunately I can't go over and ask them. But man, I'd love to know. That's got to throw them off quite a bit. Definitely want to thank the people that have come out. Whether you've said anything here in chat yet or not, definitely appreciate you coming out and hanging out. This is the FNL or Fast and Loud League from Talladega Super Speedway. They're coming down to the end of their season, and as with any community or any league, when it gets a little bit further and further in, the people that are no longer in the chase for the championship, pretty more often than not decide that you know what, I'm going to find another league where I might have a chance, and they just go on. I would like to think they wouldn't think it'd be a waste of their time to continue on with something that they started, but unfortunately, I think I'd be the minority opinion on that. But for anybody that did just join, I'm going to go ahead and throw that link out there again for that diecast that you see on the bottom left-hand side with that scroll. I would imagine that there's well over 100 tickets that have been sold. You get for $5, you get 1 ticket. For $10, you get 3 tickets. Go on up, match that link, and contribute to a great cause towards pediatric cancer. Go to morethan-a-cape.org if you want to learn more about it. Cape, if you're still out there, just know that everybody appreciates what you're doing. Nobody else that I know of is offering to go ahead and buy the diecast for $100 or more, and then go ahead and just raffle it off, all for a cause that's near and dear to your heart. So I give you a whole lot of credit, as they're 3 wide right now. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 37, 88, and the 2. Looks like right now, though, that high line will prevail. 2's all the way down by himself, just as the 24 of Augustus goes on down and picks him up. Now it's the 88 of God Power. He's going to be, 88 of Combat Beast, rather. God Power right now not in the scene. Looks like green flag pit stops are about underway. I just saw 1 car coming out of pit road. Let's go ahead and find old God Power for Ferret, man. Ferret, how are you, sir? There is that 18, old Candyman of Ingalls himself with the one of God Power right behind. Then you got the 4, and then you got that 48. Looks like God Power might have had a nose underneath the 18. 18 came up off that line just a little bit. God Power had to check up in order not to get into the left rear of that 18 Skittles Camry. But all's well and good. These guys still 4 deep, nose to tail, pushing all the way around. At least the main 2 or 3 guys are. Everybody behind that, or the 48 at least, he's not pushing. He's just laying off, staying in the draft, except down this Alabama gang straightaway. But other than that, these 4 are going to very, very quickly pull up and swallow these guys that are up front if they don't get somewhat together here in the very near future. All right, so back up again with 24 of Augustus, the 2-car of Lyric Warrior. Again, I love that gamer tag. I have a feeling the man's probably a songwriter. That's one hell of a talent. Yeah, no, I haven't either, Ferret Man. I have not seen them do that. Cape was talking about it. So was Papa Bear. So was Worm Rider. Yeah, I don't know if it's just because of the high draft that these guys got on, or if it has something to do with the update from earlier today. But definitely throws you off the game a little bit. God, every now and then I just love to kind of sit back and listen to the sound of these cars. That's one thing that they absolutely got right here in Heat 4 and Heat 5. When they copied it all over from 4. I love the sound effects from these cars. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna when we see the 24 come on back to the start stripe with the 88 of Combat Beast giving them a big old shove, I'll actually go ahead and take a lap or two. It's kind of a crank it up session, and also get us a lap count as well. Still, these top 4, top 5 cars, all nose to tail, and across the line that time, it looks like we've got about 10 laps remaining. So, what do you say we go ahead and crank it up, ladies and gents? All right, as you see, the 88 of Combat Beast, he just signaled that he's going to be coming on down pit road this time. So they're going to be coming to about 08 to go. Right now, that 37. All right, I was going to say the 37 is going to want to try to find a spot on that low side. Looks like 21 cut him a little bit of a break, allowed him in. Here comes everybody on down pit road. 88 coming in here super hot. I don't think he woed it down enough. We might see that 88 get a pit road penalty, but here is just about the entire field now. We were just in 2 small packs. I think we all 10 cars on pit road. We'll have to see exactly what that 88 does, or if he's held. When I talked to Combat Beast just before we went live, he said that he tried to mirror the car that Dale Sr. drove to victory lane in his last win at Talladega Super Speedway. The one with the orange or slight red fin on top and the back. And I tell you, I think he's done a pretty good job trying to capture that that paint scheme. There's 42 of Henny. I have a feeling Henny, he is all the way in the back in that 42 Credit One Camaro. He has absolutely no help when the 88 car went down pit road. He did pit from first, and when he came back out, he is still your leader. So now the 88 is going to go ahead and move on up high. Don't know why he would just go ahead and give up that lead unless he had so big of a lead after coming out pits that he did not want to be hit by that pole that was coming from behind. So that could have been a good call by that 88. He'll just fall back here in the draft a little bit and get back up and get gone with these, what do we got here? 7 cars here. Again, right now, all 3 lines being utilized. 18 of Ingles to the outside, 37 in the middle, 24 of Augustus, and you got the 21, the 1 of God Power, and the 88 of Combat Beast up high, doing a pretty phenomenal job. Again, it's a pretty small field, only about 10 cars. Very, very late in their season, just doing everything that they can to keep the race light and absolutely getting after it since the drop of the green. Duct tape, man, I have no idea what's going on with these tires. It's been like this since the start. I don't know if this is a byproduct of being on high draft and the game not being able to keep up, or if it's something that came about with the update from today, which added the Indy road course. I don't know. I don't know if the guys are seeing the same thing inside the cars, or if they're on trail cam or what. It would be pretty interesting to know. But it's been like that since the start of it. Never seen anything like that before on any of my other streams, so I don't think it's me or my connection. I think something's additionally broke with the game. I'd be curious if any of y'all want to, very distracting, Fairman. I'd be curious if any of y'all want to go and take a look at another Talladega lobby, and tell me if they're seeing the same thing. Look at a race that's underway already, enter the race, go to spectate mode, and see if they're seeing the same thing. I'd be curious. Again, I don't know if it's just because of the update from today, or if it's because these guys have it set on the high draft setting. I don't know, but I've never seen anything like it. Sorry about the screen there for a second. I hadn't moved any of the buttons, so it kind of fell asleep on me. A little bit further in the back, you got the 4, you got the 48, and again, that 2 of Lyric Warrior, really just staying in line, doing the best they can to try to push as much as they can. Okay, thanks, Worm. Maybe it's just a byproduct of the high draft. Then we'll have to see when all is said and done, and we at the end of the race we're talking to our top 3. We'll ask them if they were seeing the same thing. Thank you, Cape. So, Cape, can you, just a little bit ago, I asked if you had any idea how many raffle tickets had been sold for that diecast that everybody sees in the bottom left. I know when I asked you the other day, we were just about 90, but then there was a guy in that one of those last. Look at this run the 18 has coming through the middle. Man, Ingalls threaded that needle. A great job. Way to hold that line. But yeah, sorry about that. That was too good to miss. Yeah, I know that we were right about 90 raffle tickets sold, and then a guy in the chat yesterday or the day before went on and added another $50. That would have been another 15 tickets. Kind of curious where we stand, Cape. How many tickets are out there right now for that diecast? I'll go ahead and again put the link in the chat for that diecast you see. Basically, it all goes towards. If you go to morethancape.org, you'll see a whole lot of information there about Cape and about his little boy TJ that unfortunately fell to pediatric cancer. And Cape has been doing a phenomenal job in his little boy's honor to bring more and more awareness to pediatric cancer and the research and all that. He puts on a benefit race, I would say about once every 2 months or so, maybe a little bit more than that, to keep things moving and keep more and more awareness. I have a feeling when the 18 caught on to the 24 of Augustus, he was going to take that run to the outside, and he sure did. And right now there is a big gap between the 24 and the 88. Now it looks like 24 is actually going to go ahead and take that run to the outside. Right now they are side by side for first. Goose had the run, but kind of fell short. There's the 18 of Ingalls. Here comes the 21. They are all over it. And, man, if this is a race for the stage, yes, that was. Woo, so it looks like the one of God Power is going to go ahead and grab stage 2. The 88, 37, and 21 were right there as well. It looks like God Power is going to be P1, Combat Beast P2, Bowling in that 37 in P3, Watt Racing in P4, and then that 24 of Augustus. He's going to round out your top 5. So, again, pretty good job. Way to keep it fun. Way to keep it racy, fellas. Looking forward to stage 3. We're going to take another little break, and we'll be right back. All right, so right now, if you're a subscriber, you're actually hearing me. So Worm, I imagine you can. Cape, I imagine you can. And anybody else, I definitely thank you very, very much for coming along, hanging out, following along, subscribing. Cape, thank you very much for giving that 1 month Tier 1 subscription to Worm Rider. Definitely, I know he definitely appreciates it, and so do I. So, Worm, I'm going to go ahead and re-download my subscriber list tomorrow. You will no doubt be a big part of that. And, yeah, we'll, that puts you in the running for all those gift cards that I said I've got just a little bit ago. All right, guys, getting stacked back up, heading back green. 1 of God Power, 88 of Combat Beast, 2 is outside, 37 of Bowling, 21 to his outside. Right now they are still double wide all the way through the field, just like they were when they took the green coming through the trial. Doing a phenomenal job, as they have all race long. They have been green. No cautions. Now they're actually going to go ahead and try this 3 wide. Let's see if we can't ride along right now with that 7 of Bowling in that middle line. Here comes the 21. Now here comes the 1 of God Power underneath. A little bit of contact with the 24 of Augustus. Now that 42, he's got to be very, very thankful for that stage break. That brought him all the way back up. However, I'm sure he's put a lap down, so probably had to take a wave around right there. Absolutely, Osceola. That tire lag has been there since the drop of the green. These guys are running on on full draft. So it's not the light draft, not the medium draft. They are running at the highest draft strength possible, and I'm wondering if that might be what's causing. I'm not 100% sure. So somebody said that there was another race earlier where they saw the same thing, as there's still 3 wide coming across for the lead. God Power up top, 21 in the middle. Goose on the bottom. There's the 2 of Lyric Warrior. Big push from the 42. Goose is going to go ahead and lose that lead. 4 car's going to get up right behind him and give him a big old shove. Again, coming around, completing yet another lap at the line. I'll grab us a lap count. Let you know what we've got left here in stage number 3. So these guys, again, pushing and shoving for all it's worth, and with 30 laps remaining, I think the best is yet to come. I want to thank everybody that just came in and joined. It's been a pretty good race so far. They have not just run that bottom line, and that was it. as you just saw, they are 2 and 3 wide all the way around. I just put a link out there in chat for the diecast on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. That is for a Chase Elliott diecast, and yes, the diecast lights up just like Chase's car did when he put it in victory lane at the Bristol Motor Speedway All-Star race. So it's the first cars that were put out there. It is a raffle item. Go to morethancape.org. You can read up more on it. It is a legit charity, all about pediatric cancer and pediatric cancer research. $5 gets you 1 entry into the raffle. $2 gets you 3 entries. The car will be raffled off when the XLCT race community race tournament or tournament races conclude with the championship race, and I would imagine that would be in just about 2 weeks' time, maybe a little less. It's funny. You look at the rear end or the left rear of that 42. It just looks like he's riding on the rotors. It doesn't even look like there's a tire there. It's just wicked. There were some issues with the Indy Road Course release earlier today. If you go off into the grass, it was almost like quicksand. The car just dropped in. And I don't know if they fixed that already or if they have a planned patch. I would just if it was me, I'd really beta test it first. Release anything that they've got for beta. Let us find the issues first before you release it, and then kind of go from there. But I'm guessing there was quite a bit of contact back, and this field is very separated now. That 2 car again. He's going to try to catch up, but right now this looks like that is your lead pack right here, being pushed or being pulled around by that 42 Credit One Camaro. So if he did fall a lap down, he's able to get that lap back, and now he's actually he's your leader. And just as I say that, 4 car's going to try a little bit of a slide job. And he's going to be able to go ahead and do it. 24 of Augustus. He's going to take that momentum as well, that huge run that he has. But it's not going to be enough, at least as of yet, to pull down in front of that 42. Augustus back to the lead on the high side. He's got more help up there than that low line does. Got the 4 car as well as that 2. As it looks like that 2 is actually going to go ahead and drop down to that bottom behind the 21 of Watt Racing. So Watt doing a pretty good job keeping that Wood Brothers 21 Ford Mustang right up here in the this lead pack, as they're still side by side for 1st through 5th. Look at that. Just half a lap ago, we were talking about 24 taking a huge run, taking it all the way to 1st place. Now here he is falling back to P5. And this band of cars led by the one and only Ingalls in that 18 Skittles Camry, they are hunting these guys down. In fact, you know what? I'm going to catch up with that 18 right now and kind of stick with him, see just how fast not only do they run him down. As you see, they are 5 cars deep, racing down or trying to catch up with these 5 cars that are actually racing. They are 3 wide right now with the 24 tail end Charlie in P5. These cars are going to not only run them down, but they are going to they're going to be able to pass them on that high side in a hurry. Just look at the closing rate and the passing rate that they just placed on that 24. 24's really got to hope that he can catch up and latch on to that 48 in the back. They might have gone by too far, but with the draft on high, they might be able to do something with him. We'll have to see, but they still got that big closing rate. It looks like Ingalls was kind of shuffled out, wasn't able to quite hold that bottom line, and that will absolutely help the 18 of Augustus to catch back up. He'll allow the 18 to going, and it looks like 48 got a little bit of separation as well. They are all, for the most part, one big pack again, but they lost cars just as they were catching up to that main pack. So now these three are going to have an interesting time trying to keep up. 48's been pedaling away as fast as he could. They're going to get on by and pass on by the 2 car, and he should be able to dive on in. And I imagine by now with high draft on that they've got that pack up front, and we should see a pretty quick close. Imagine that they will have them or be right there with them by the entrance to turn 2. Big aggressive move by that 18 of Ingles. A little bit of contact between him and the 42. 42 was able to hold on to it, didn't wash up, didn't go up into the wall or collect anybody else. Well, now we are at one big train. I think this is probably about the first time that I've seen them all in a single conga line since the race actually started. So, yeah, this is the first time that all 10 cars have been on the same part of the track, nose to tail. And I would imagine that we're going to start seeing green flag pit stops here pretty soon. Normally during Daytona and Talladega, I talk a little bit about, the people in the back of these long lines. Believe it or not, they are actually off the throttle more time than they're actually on because they're having to check up. The guy in the front, he's actually the slowest guy, and usually they're doing about 207 to 210, while everybody else behind them, they are just hauling the mail. So they're doing a good job, but they've got to be off the throttle and really just let it coast for a while in order to not slam draft the guy that's in front and avoid any kind of wreck. Yeah, Worm, I see your message out there. I'll actually go ahead and post it again for you right now. Just do a little bit of a copy and paste, if you will. And, yeah, I'm sure Cape would love it if you offered it up on your RVRL streams. I've been running it during eSpark, and during the XLCT races, during NNR. I mean, I've been pushing that everywhere, and it's definitely gained some traction. At last count, there had to be at least 100 tickets that have been sold for that diecast. Guys, if you're somebody new that's just joined, go on down, smash that PayPal link. $5 for one entry, three entries for $10, all to support pediatric cancer research. Go to morethanthecape.org, learn more about it, learn more about TJ and his battle. And 19 laps remaining here on track. They've got a battle of their own out here, but nothing at all is more important than trying to help the kids as they nobody wants to see a kid suffer or anything worse when it comes to cancer. So guys, please do all you can. Let it pull at those heartstrings. Open up that wallet, and please give what you can. The diecast, it actually glows just like the Chase Elliott car at the Bristol Motor Speedway All-Star race when Chase Elliott put that car in victory lane. It's the first time NASCAR has ever had a light up diecast. So yeah, the car lights up just like the actual one did. So man, it's all for a great cause. Again, open up that wallet, open up those purse strings, and you never know. We might be calling out your name during the championship race of the XCLT or LCT race in probably about 2 very short weeks. there you go. So Cape just put it out there. It all goes to fund to pay light bills, mortgages, rent, etc. for families in treatment. So parents don't have to choose between the rent and being with their child. So it kind of sounds like a Ronald House kind of deal, or what you see during what I've seen here a whole lot of lately. Any of the St. Jude's hospital commercials, where no parent gets a bill. They don't have to worry. All they've got to worry about is being there with their loved one, with their child. So thank you very much. Right, I'm sure, Worm, that there's some kind of a disparity between the different charities and what they do or what they don't cover. I was just kind of throwing that out there as a sort of kind of thing, I guess you could say. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab us a lap count here right quick. It looks like they got about 14 laps remaining. So I know earlier when I got some information from Ingalls or FNL Bowling, they gave me a little bit of the info about how their points looked. I'm going to try to pull that for you right now and kind of give you a little bit of an idea as to what they look like. I know. Let's see. I know. Oh, here we go. Last green flag pit stop from here. Everybody will be able to go the entire way. Just trying to look at some points for you guys. FNL is actually a league that's been around for a while. All those that watched last year's NNR Xfinity and Truck Series, I talk about Cowboy Matt or NNR Cowboy pretty often. Last year he drove the 18 truck. This year he's driving the 18 again, but once the 19 is entered into the game, he said he's going to go ahead and switch on over to that. Looks like the 18 of Ingalls, he got some kind of a penalty. So this is pretty bad for Ingalls right now. Here he is now, just pulling out of his pit stop. Going to try to get up and get those gears as quick as possible. If Ingalls is going to have any chance now of doing anything with the rest of this field, he's going to have to hope that a caution is going to come out. However, unlikely. These guys have gone caution-free since the very beginning, and again have done a pretty phenomenal job. Again, they've been running all night long with high draft, so they're really having to pay attention to when they're checking up and when they're able to take the run, where they're able to take the run, and all that. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch. Been a lot of fun to call. We will have top three in the booth when it's all said and done, and after their cool down lap. Definitely hope everybody will kind of hang out and keep us company. What I've been doing, in case you haven't been around for any of the last few races, I've started to kind of rate some channels that were live. The other night I rated Worm Rider's channel. Then I rated Finesse iRacing channel. I rated Rick James's channel. I've rated quite a few, and I figured that'd probably be a pretty good way to get more people to look at other people's content. Check out other people's races. You never know, where all your friends are on your friends list at any given point. And I've come across many people that I didn't. Man, I was like, oh, I didn't know that they were racing tonight. As look at this, 4 wide. From they backed it down to 3 wide, coming down the backstretch down to old Talladega, Hueytown gang, straight away, still 3 wide, back down to 2 wide. Yeah, Cape, man, you've got a saying on your morethancape.org page, and it's kind of stuck with me. I think it says, being strong when strength is all you've got, or something very very close to that. It says a lot. I've actually got it up on my, whenever I actually make it back to the office, and all this COVID crap is done, um, whenever I make it back to work, I've got it pinned up on a board, on my desk. It means, it actually means a lot to me. Let me go ahead and actually, I'm going to pull up your site right now. We don't know how strong we are until being strong is the only choice we have. Man, that is 100% right. Here, let me see if I can actually copy and post that here into the chat. There we go. We don't know how strong we are until being strong is the only choice we have. That's phenomenal. It really says a whole lot. Again, guys, go to morethancape.org. I'll actually put that link out there in chat as well. So y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. There you go. All right, so again, 37 of FNL Bowling really trying to hold on to this. It looks like he's about to be split. 42 to the outside, 24 of Augustus to the inside. Ingalls in that, I'm sorry, Watt Racing rather, in that 21. A little bit of door music from that 37. FNL Bowling came on down, and that put a whole lot of separation between Watt and the 24 of Augustus. So now Goose kind of all by himself with a big old train up on that high side. They are easily 4 cars deep. Looks like Watt is going to go ahead and take that high side momentum as well. Try to catch back up to this lead pack. Here he is in the middle line. Not a whole lot going on there. He's going to want to either pull or pull up in order to stay in that draft. But guys, they're still double file. And I'm going to work my way back up on to that 42. Again, 42, he spent most of his race outside of this pack. So for him to be right back up there says a lot for the kind of car that he's had. There wasn't any damage, so I guess the whole issue was just maybe a pit road problem or something like that. But there comes the 88 of Combat Beast. He's going to go ahead and grab that high side. I guess 24 gave him a big old shove, and they are still 3 wide. Going into, and I'm sure they will be 3 wide all the way through 3 and 4. Yep, 24 is going to stay in that high line, then go ahead and duck on down. Here's the 42. He's going to take a look into that middle line. 37 now of Bowling to the lead. Two cars going to go ahead and give him a shove. Here comes the 21, as again they're going to go 3 wide for the lead. Going to go on back to Combat Beast stream so I don't miss a thing. Going to try to keep y'all up to date with what's going on. And 5 laps remaining. And it looks like our caution is out. 1 caution. Go figure, it would be at the end. This is going to bring it down to a green-white checker. I haven't been able to keep up with the leaders, so imagine what it's going to be like here. Yeah, Worm, cars were everywhere. So everybody's just going to, I would imagine nobody's going to pit. Everybody's just going to stay right there, right where they were, except for maybe some guys that got some damage. Yeah, but Worm, it will be a shootout. This is going to be a very interesting post-race, I have a feeling. All right, so this brings everybody right back into it. You know, Ingalls, he had a pit road penalty. He's right back in this. Everybody that was trailing them, they're back in this. So we've got all 10 cars. Nobody has lagged down. All 10 right here, going back green. 21, 88, 4, and I believe that's going to be the 24 of Augustus with the nope, it's going to be the 2 car. Behind that 88, a little bit of contact again. One of God Power on and off that double yellow line is going to kind of force him up. I'm going to try to stay up with these leaders as much as I can right now. The 21 of Watt Racing is getting a big old shove from that 4 car, that 4 Mountain Dew Camaro, all the way down the Alabama gang straightaway into turns 3 and 4. This should bring us to 1 lap remaining. 21 still hugging that double yellow line. Used to call it the butter. You didn't want to be on that line because if you touched it, more than likely you were sliding around with no questions asked. Still 21 holding that bottom line. A 4 car now on his back bumper. 42 is still back there and all about P3. Last lap. Can Watt Racing grab this win and hold on to it? 4 car's going to try to look high, look low. Watt back down to block. 4 cars still giving him a shove all the way down the straightaway. 42 now behind the 21. 4 car has no help at all. 42 now back behind him. A little bit of a lag punch there. That's going to push Watt Racing out just a little bit. Again, Watt Racing is your 2018 NNR Truck Series champion. Here he is, coming to the final stretch. FNL Bowling to his outside. Here comes the 48. Looks like Bowling is going to have the lead where it really matters. But the start stripe's a little bit further down at the line. 37 FNL Bowling. He got it done, and that is going to be all they wrote, ladies and gents. It was a photo finish right there for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as they were 3 wide. What a great job by these guys. Woo! Yeah. So, great drive. Great driving. I definitely appreciate everybody that's come out, hung out, chatted up, kept me company, kept each other company. It's been a lot of fun. FNL, Fast and Loud Racing, they're coming to the end of their season. I'll try to get Watt Racing to put his Twitter out there in just a little bit so everybody knows where you can reach them if you're interested in racing with them. Obviously, they're a very clean, very strong bunch. They've got a core group of drivers that are there year after year, and have they're more like a bunch of friends racing than a league. Again, as I mentioned, you see a lot of the names out there that you'd see on any Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night with the NNR Truck Xfinity and Cup Series, such as Ingalls and Augustus and Bowling and God Power and a few others. So good job by them. All right, so we're going to back out of this. I want to go to Texas. And after they're done with their cool down lap, they should all be, at least the top three, should be popping into the booth to kind of talk about that hell of a show they just put on. Again, Combat Beast, if you're out there, thank you very much for streaming tonight, allowing me to keep up with laps and fuel and all that was going on. I definitely appreciate you, sir. All right, let me go ahead and pull up our booth here. All right, so far I see Bowling is here. We're just going to wait for second and third. You know what, Bowling, I'm actually going to ask you right quick. I didn't get a chance to see who came in second and third. It didn't scroll. I don't know what happened there, but who came in right behind you? All right, so Rory was in the 4, if I'm not mistaken, right? 48. Okay. Okay. I had one number, right? Oh, man. One hell of a show, buddy. One hell of a show. I'm glad that y'all didn't. Oh man. That was. Yeah. Yeah. You guys, I'm glad that you said it was going to be fun, during pre-race and whatnot, and you weren't kidding. You guys weren't just. Oh, hold on. They're saying that they can't hear you. Let me unmute you guys. There we go. Now you guys can be heard. Sorry about that. But yeah. So, Bowling, you just said that Rory and then Augustus, that's going to be our top three. Hopefully they know to come on over to the booth and talk. If not, that's all right. I can talk to you guys. But Watt and Bowling, both of y'all in pre-race, you said that it was going to be a lot of fun. And throughout the race, you guys were going 2 wide. You were going 3 wide. At one point, you were 4 wide down the backstretch. Tried it in turns 3 and 4, but it didn't quite work. I think that's how either the 2 or 1 up ended up quite a ways back, and stage 2 saved him from going a lap down, if I'm not mistaken. But man, great racing. Great job, guys. Swaps for the lead, swaps here and there, all over the place. I'm glad that y'all kept that interesting. All right, so I see. All right, there's Rory. I see. Okay, so it looks like we've got everybody in here. So I'll start off with that 24 of old Mr. Goose. Goose, you got me, buddy.
I got you.
Goose, I saw you low, I saw you middle, I saw you high, I saw you trailing, I saw you everywhere throughout this field. Man, it seems like y'all were swapping the lead more often than not. It was actually kind of hard to keep up with you, but it was a fun job to do because you were just everywhere. Nobody was just riding around that solid yellow line. You guys were taking the runs with that high draft. Just got a quick question for you. Throughout the run, were y'all seeing your tires all over the place, or was it just the stream?
What do you mean by seeing our tires all over?
It was just the stream. It was happening earlier, too, in one of our pre-race races.
Okay.
Something with the servers tonight were just terrible.
Okay. I wasn't sure if y'all were seeing the same thing or if it was just the stream. But I'm glad it wasn't affecting you. You guys were able to just pay attention to what you had to do. So Goose, again, that 24 was strong all race long. Only one real caution. Everything else was just flat green. Talk us through your race. Talk us what you think you might have been able to do in that green-white checkered shootout to get you positioned just 2 spots forward.
No, it was pretty crazy. No one really wanted to work with anyone for long. I mean, they kind of just used people to get to the front and then said, "See ya." Which it's all right. It made for exciting racing. We were all going back and forth. The first 2 stages, I was leading towards the end, and after the first 2 stages, and I didn't come away with the stage win, I realized that may not be the best idea to be out front. It seemed like if you were a couple cars back, you can get a massive run, and if anyone goes with you, you can carry the momentum. The drafting in Heat 5 is definitely a lot better than Heat 4. So that high side was really working. I really like the high side. But it got to a point where I was just kind of in the final stage. I was worrying about the win, and I was just kind of cruising around. I didn't see any need to lead the way I was leading in the first couple of stages, because I just felt like I had a better opportunity. I mean, as it is, I came from ninth to second or third at the end, by following bowling on the last lap. So
Well, man, that draft out there was huge. I mean, the polls that I saw. I mean, I was following along with God Power once, and he got a run from the guy on the bottom, went to the guy in the middle that was ahead of him, took that run all the way up, and just about took the lead from about seventh or eighth place. I mean, it just seemed like you were getting massive runs. How much did y'all really have to check up out there in order not to, slam the guy in front of you?
I mean, actually, we were doing pretty good. I didn't. I mean, we had a couple lag punches, but like when we were all grouped up and nose to tail, I didn't think there was really a lot of checking up. I think the cars are actually pretty stable. But I mean, if you pulled back or lost the draft a little bit, and then we're getting a run catching the draft, I mean, you basically sometimes you'd have to, if you had people behind you, you'd have to almost get on the brakes so not running into anyone if you didn't have anywhere to go. But obviously, if he had somewhere to go, you could just carry that momentum. I mean, bottom, middle, high, every lane was working as long as you had some momentum and maybe a friend or two.
Well, man, yeah, it seemed like there were a lot of friends to be had until the relationship no longer worked for the person in front or the person behind.
Which was pretty much when you got out front. Once you got out front, there was, like I said, there was no point in leading. Once you got out front, you had no friends. Everyone was just making moves all over the place, but it was really fun. It was like a fun aggravation. It's like I made a joke earlier, and I was just like, wow, never in a heat game did I ever think I was going to be left alone on the bottom.
Right? Especially at Daytona or Talladega. Absolutely. Man,
Right.
congrats again on that P3. Any shout outs from you, Goose?
Yep.
Get any shout outs from you, buddy?
Yeah, pretty much to everyone. I mean, God, we had one caution. It was only towards the very end when people were starting to get antsy, which is come to be expected. I mean, you see that in real life, but I think everyone just did a great job of like not getting into anyone too hard. And if we did get sideways, everyone pretty much saved it. I mean, I saw like three, four, maybe five good saves throughout the race.
Yeah, man, you came in, and I've seen you. I saw you from first all the way back to 10th. Phenomenal job, buddy.
Thanks.
Yepper. And then we catch up with old Mr. Rory Breaker. Rory, you got your ears on, buddy.
Gotcha.
Rory, same thing for you, man. That 48, you were kind of like. I didn't catch up with you as much as I did some other people. So to come on back up and grab that P2 after a green-white checker, who do you owe a thank you to, either from behind or who pulled you up to be in the right place at the right time through that last three laps?
Honestly, I have no idea who was behind me. I just kind of stuck it on the bottom because that seemed to be where I was getting the most run. And coming out of four, I just got a little bit of a run to get inside of Watt there, but Bowen had too much of a run on the outside. I didn't quite have enough help behind me to get the lead, to get the win. But for the most part for the race, I just kind of decided I was going to stay back because I figured everyone would be pretty aggressive. I saw some practices and I knew it was big runs and a lot of moves happening, and I could see the lead changing constantly. So I just kind of tried to sit back, which really didn't work out because I ended up getting in trouble anyways. But that caution did pretty much save my race.
Yeah, that's actually something I was going to touch on a little bit as well. After the green flag pit stops, seemed like you and two others that were kind of nose to tail with each other were doing all you could to push and shove your way as far forward, make up as many spots as you could, maybe see if you were able to collect somebody that might have gotten kicked out of the main draft or whatever. And then that caution came out with like 5 to go, so obviously we went to a green white checker, and now here you are talking about a great P2, great points night finish. Where did you finish in stage 1 and stage 2?
First stage, I think I finished sixth, and second stage, I think I finished eighth because we ended up losing the draft. For some reason, under green flag pit stops, I'd come in with the pack, and I didn't have a ton of damage to repair or anything like that, like less than a second. But coming out, I would always lose the draft, and that's the same thing that happened at the end there. So I was kind of just praying for a caution, and lo and behold, my prayers were answered.
Well, the only thing I can think of that would be that much of a difference is 4 tires versus 2, or maybe just enough fuel to get you to the end of the stage. And then of course under caution, where you're going to be racked and stacked back up side by side 5 rows deep, all the way into turns 1 and 2, when you go back green. That's about the only time I might hazard a guess to take 4 with 2 times where you can pretty much get by through the entire stage. I don't think those right sides really wear all that much, and being that it's Dega rather than Daytona, you can really keep that car all the way down on that. I'm just really painting the yellow line through the corners.
Yeah.
Man, congratulations, Rory. I know I got to talk to you a little bit during the FFL races when you filled in with NNR, but man, congratulations here with FNL. P2 at Dega is not a bad points night, sir.
I'll take it any day. I'd rather have the win, but coming out of Dago with the second place, I'll take the points. I need them.
Yipper. Any shout outs from you, Rory?
I didn't catch it.
Rory, any shout outs from you, bud?
To everyone who was racing tonight, man, y'all were doing some crazy moves, and it was 3x3 plenty of times, and we didn't have any cautions except for the one. So shout out to all you guys, man. You guys did amazing. It was fun to watch from the back, and then it was fun to be a part of it at the end there.
Yes, it was. And then we'll get to the man of the hour, the old Mr. 37. Wonder where the hell he came from. Bowling. Talk to me, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Aha. Oh my gosh, talk about a mad scramble for first, but it seemed like the 37. I know at one point you and Guy Power made a little bit of contact going down the back stretch, I believe, or it might have been the front stretch, but nobody really lost anything. Able to really stay together, but it seemed like you kept that 37 in the main pack all night long, so you kept it in contention. When you saw that caution come out, did you think you were going to be able to get the run to bring it up and grab this W?
To be honest with you, no. So I actually was flipping when that caution came out, and I had a ton of damage. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I ran up front all night, and now I'm going to finish last. Well, lo and behold, I started in 10th on that last caution, and just drove it to the front. I didn't think I was going to be able to make it, but I was going to take every opportunity that I got, and I was going to just go with it. Holes were opening. I was going in them. It was awesome.
Yeah, when I was trying to go through the cameras to get back up to the leaders, see who our control cars were going to be, I saw you all the way in the back. I was like, man, is there any possible way that you were going to be able to get up there? And after, as you just said, being up there all night long, I didn't think you were going to be able to. But man, you pulled it off. Anybody in tonight's race that really worked with you more than others, like Goose was just saying, once you got to the lead, that was it. You didn't have any friends anymore. They were going to take the run, get around you, and we saw a phenomenal amount of lead changes tonight. Was there anybody out there tonight that really just stuck with you?
GP pushed me to the stage win in stage 1, so that was pretty awesome. Then I pushed him to the stage win in stage 2. During that final stage, Goose just stayed on my bumper. He wanted to keep it single file as long as he could. I personally was all about the guys coming up and passing us and leaving somebody behind. I thought it made for a great race. Hopefully you had a great race watching it and broadcasting it. The 3 wide, 4 wide, 2 wide, side by. I mean, it was nuts.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I've talked about that many times throughout the race. I mentioned that a lot of you, or most of you, run in NNR on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays. After tonight's race, I'm going to be a huge voice for strong draft wherever we can. I know Daytona and Talladega, as we come up closer and closer to those, they will be with setups on. So if we can do that with this draft package, man, that could be one hell of a draft. And y'all just proved that that high line can come in with those big runs if you've got help to go with you. So I'm now I'm really looking forward to when we get back here. But bowling, this I don't know if you've had any other league races since Vegas where you were last in P1, but you're on a little bit of a roll now, buddy.
Yeah, no, this was it. This it was Vegas last Tuesday, and then the win tonight. So I'm looking forward to taking it to victory lane again tomorrow at Auto Club.
Man, I definitely congratulate you. One hell of a tear. Whoever gave you that big push, definitely deserves a cold one if you ever get to meet him at a track, man. Congratulations on that P1. Any shout outs, sir?
I want to give a shout out to the entire league tonight. You guys did a phenomenal job. Awesome racing, side by side, and the moves that were being made. I don't know if I'd trust anybody else to make those moves besides who we had in here tonight, to be honest with you. And thank you, Pete, for broadcasting. Again, hopefully you had a great time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. I'm glad that you that Watt reached out to me and asked. And actually, I'm going to bring in old Watt. Watt, our 2018 NNR Truck Series champ. Good to talk to you again. First off, thank you very much for coming out and asking me to broadcast. I know that you asked me about this a few days ago, and then kind of fell by the wayside. Been really busy, but if anybody wants, I know that you guys are coming to the end of your season, and as I kind of mentioned throughout the chat or throughout the race rather, that as it is with any league, the further and further along you get, people start to realize that they're not going to be capable of winning any kind of a championship, and they maybe look for another league to, where they might have a renewed chance. If anybody wants to get a hold of you or FNL Bowling to run in a future season with FNL, where can they get a hold of you guys?
We've got a Facebook page. They can get a hold of us through Messenger or through the NASCAR Heat community. We're going to try to recruit as much as we can in the off season. So, yeah, we're definitely going to need this. Will help, I think, if people watch this race. I think it proves that we didn't need a lot of people to have an amazing race. I mean, it's a good group of guys. So, I just wanted to point out quickly that I was the guy leading the last two laps there, and as we've said, there was no friends, so I can't block 5 lanes at once. I've learned that tonight.
Yeah, the Ford definitely challenged you up, then back down low, then back up high, then back down. That Ford was wearing out your back bumper all the way down that back straightaway. So, man, you tried like hell to keep him behind you. What's your Twitter handle for FNL?
Watt Racing. Oh, I think it's just Fast and Loud. You can type in FNL. I'd have to look it up.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, I'm still thinking about the race. Sorry.
Well, guys, there at one point there were 15 to 20 people out there keeping up, chatting up, keeping everybody company. So definitely want to thank everybody. If you go back and watch this later or whatever, go on up, smash that follow button, hit the subscribe if you can. Again, at random times, at random races, not necessarily just with NNR, which is my home. But I've got 5 NASCAR.com $10 gift cards. I'm going to be giving away 3 $10 Amazon.com gift cards, as well as a Dale Jr. Diecast to subscribers. So go on and smash that subscriber button if you can. If you've got Amazon Prime and Twitch, merge the two together, you get a free subscription to any channel of your choice. I'd be honored if you'd give that or come along and ride along with me. I put that link to that Chase Elliott diecast in the bottom left-hand side one more time. Again, we've got well over 100 raffle entries in for that car. Don't miss it. $5 gets you one ticket, $10 gets you 3 entries, and again, the car will be raffled off at the Championship XCL or XLCT race, the tournament that we've been in for the last couple months. Once we get to that championship race, the car will be raffled off. It's on pre-order, so that means that the car is being delivered to Cape at the end of December or very early January. You definitely don't want to miss it. Watt, Bowling, Combat Beast, God Power, Rory, thank you, and everybody else that's not in here right now. Thank you all very much for putting on one hell of a show. You said you were going to. You lived up to your word. My pleasure to call it. Everybody else that's out there, please, stay socially distant, wear your mask, stay safe, stay healthy. Definitely want to see you at the around the track when all this COVID crap is done. I'll see you somewhere else or see you around another stream. Later, y'all.